Good morning or good afternoon, actually. Hey, I've met with some of you this week when you came into the Zoom, and of course, you know that is optional because I'm always going to post the lesson plans or the lesson video online. But so some of you will already know what we're going to be doing, and the rest of y'all can do along with us. So, what we're going to do, first of all, we are going to talk about some flower pictures that I took outside around my yard, and I want to go over this a little bit with you. Let me go down here and see if I can pull them up. It should be connecting. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this first one, let me see if I can get it corrected. This first one is a hibiscus, and if you will look really, really close, you'll see that it's not just a pink flower or a coral flower. It's got yellow in it. I see pink and peach and coral, and I see some red and orange and yellow, and it disappeared. There we go. So just look at all those colors in this one flower that if you were to look at it, you would think that it was from far away just a orangey fuchsia coral color. But it's really got so many other colors in it. There's whites, there's reds, that's maroon, orange, kind of gold, yellow. But let me show you another one. And these are, let's see, these are yellow and orange zinnias. And of course I just told you some of those colors there. So when you look at it real close, can you find browns and burgundy again and pink and orange? And let me get up real close for you. So there's all kinds of colors in this flower. All kinds of colors. I mean beautiful colors in there. Can you see them really good? Almost looks like one of them could be a candy corn. All right, and then let you look at this one. For some reason, here we go. Then I took, this is called an African daisy, and they close up at night and then they open back up in the morning. And when we talked about this, we were talking about, so what do you see? And somebody said they saw yellows and white and gold and kind of an orange. But also, I want you to look around the flower petals, because when you get up really close to them, they aren't all white, are they? Like you thought. There's a little bit of gray, maybe like grayish purple, faded out kind of. And then go over here, and I mean, there is yellow on the tips, kind of a greenish yellow if you can see it really close. So flowers aren't ever really just one color. If you were to look at this way down here, you wouldn't be able to tell that there was yellowish green on the tips or that gray kind of muted purple in the petals. You would just say, Miss Barthel, that flower's white. And I would have to say, nope, it's not. All right, let me go back up here a minute. All right, so what we're going to do this week is something kind of fairly easy, but still relating with our flowers and the fact that you can see that in nature, the flowers have many colors in them, different hues of color, different values of the colors. And so what we're going to do, I'm just going to kind of show you a sample and then do a quick kind of easy one with you right here. So you're going to trace your hand, turn one of your fingers into a flower of any kind you want to. If you've got some out in your yard, I know Amelia went out to her yard and found a beautiful purple flower, and it had so many different colors in it. So anyway, and then we're going to kind of just do patterns and designs on the rest of the hand. And I'm going to finish up the background for next week. But this can be done any way you want to, any flower you want to. You can put any kind of pattern and design in this hand. So just to show you real quick a little bit, because I'm going to do this one a little bit different than the other one. All right, you're going to turn your paper longwise, which in art is called, can you remember? We're going to be tracing our hand on here going portrait. Or in math, it would be vertical. Or in little schools, it's also called hot dog. All right, so we're going to do this portrait, this hand tracing longwise. And this time I'm not going to put so much of my arm in there like I did on this last one. If you saw here, I put so much, whoops, something fell. I put so much of my arm in here, and now I'm going to go down so I can actually turn this finger into a stem. Let's just get some ideas going here. So I'm going to start here, and we're just going to trace around our finger. Trace, trace, trace around our finger. Hopefully mine won't come out looking like a lumpy, bumpy mess of nothing. Anyway, so here we go. Trace it. All right, there is my fingerprint, handprint. Let me correct myself. So then I'm going to just go around the outline with a Sharpie, and I'm not going to do the whole thing while I've got you on here, but we're going to outline it in black. And if you don't have a Sharpie, you can use a crayon. You can use anything you have on at hand. You can even use an ink pen. But just to try to be some creativeness here and turn this finger the whole thing, I'm going to make this whole finger my stem, whereas you see on this picture I did not have room because I ran up too close to the page because I started too far along my arm. Alright, so I'm just going to take some dark green, and kind of go up through here around my finger. That's now going to be what I'm going to call, this is going to be my flower stem now. So hold on. And you don't have to do yours this way. I'm just giving you some ideas. I'm just trying to get some ideas flowing through you. You can do it like the other one where I did the, I'm just trying to get this blended here too to get it going a little bit more realistic. But that's Miss Barthel, and again, you don't have to do yours that way. I promise, it's okay. So let me get a different color in there also. My little, I probably should have had these peeled before I got on here, you think? Anyway, let me just get a different hue, a shade of different color of the green in there. And you're probably like, what is that thing right there, Miss Barthel? Well, this is going to be where I start the budding part of my flower. Alright. And I'm going to put a little bit of different hues in there, which it does not matter. But anyway, I think what I am going to do is try to turn this into, let's see what we got. Let's see what just comes to my mind when I start putting a flower on here. Alright, I think that I'm going to do this into a big tulip. Big tulip. That's what I'm going to do, a big old tulip. And I'm going to go down the sides, and I'm going to give myself a shadow line right there, kind of curving around. And I'm going to go ahead and color all this in red. Do you see the different colors getting in there from black being on my the end of my oil pastel? Alrighty, hold on. I'll do this really dark. And then I need to pick up some other colors in just a minute, and I'm going to blend some of those through there. And you know why? Because if you remember, alright, I was going to give some leaves here while I was thinking about it, getting some leaves on here. And again, you can decorate these any way you want to with any kind of flower, but because flowers have so many different colors in them, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this pink through there and some little spots in the red tulip. I'm trying to do this so we can get going and I don't get my video cut off. But anyway, alright, let me get some of this lighter on here, and then in a second I'm going to get some pink in there. I mean some white in there. Alright, let's see. I don't even know where my white is, but I'm telling you, I'm just making a flower to show you an example. And again, I just did like a kind of like a Gerber daisy over here. And you can do any kind of flower that you find that you think looks awesome, and that you can tell so many different colors in there. Alright, let me see if I can get one more color of this flower family in there. One more color, let's see. Because I want to kind of smooth that through and smooth that through. Alright, hold on. This is what happens with oil pastels. I get everywhere, but it's alright. Let me get some, I thought I had a burgundy color in here, but I cannot find it. Cannot find it. So I'm going to get this lighter kind of pinkish here and just kind of give some shaded detail around here. And that needs to get the dark back in it up there. Let's go and get the red back in there. Alright, I am going to finish this right here because you may not want to do a tulip. You know, you may choose to do a whole different flower. And so, anyway. Now, I've got all these other fingers left. Let me put this back in here. And that's where your creative mind is going to do patterns. And just to like help give you some examples so we can get going here, I'm going to do blue and yellow polka dots in here. Different sizes, kind of going all the way around. And I might even pick up another color. I don't know. We'll see. Because there is no wrong or right way to do a pattern, is there? It's just repetition of something. And I'm going to take this to give it some brighter color and bright right there. Anyway, I am going to let you get the gist of this because you're just going to create different patterns along your fingers. And a quick study on nature and the beautiful flowers that are growing all around us. Let me go back up here. So anyway, before this is due, like probably the end of next week or maybe even the Monday on the week before, go out and enjoy some nature and get out in the sun and enjoy the fresh air and this beautiful springtime weather before it gets hot. All right, thanks y'all. I'll see you next week.